Now this is Hollywood Unlocked. Yo, it's Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. I'm Jason Lee.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. The Curve Queen.
Yo, it's DJ Damage. Let's get it started.
Okay, listen, we've not gotten Meghan Markle in here yet, or Queen Elizabeth, but we have a queen that everybody has been demanding that we bring to the show, Lil' Kim.
Finally.
I don't even know. This should have happened a long time. She be playing. You are the worst at texting and answering your phone. You do not answer. If somebody says they call Lil' Kim and she says something, it's not true.
You always say that even when you text me. It's not true. It's true, but it is not true.
You're the nicest person. You just, if you get you on the phone, do you like the phone?
No, I don't. I'm not gonna even lie to you.
You're just not a fan of the phone?
I like in person better, but I do call you back.
You do.
It's just that I don't call you back when I say after I call you back.
Yeah. If you're on a show where you need a lifeline and you can only call one person, it
Don't
can
call me.
Don't
It's
call
two.
Kim.
Because you don't even never know who might have my phone.
No, okay, listen. So we got you something.
Hey.
So here's
Oh,
the deal.
those are so beautiful. Look at that.
Now
Those
listen.
are
How about this? It's
beautiful.
my birthday and I ain't get shit.
Damn.
I ain't get shit.
You got my phone number and I answered.
This is for me.
Yeah, no, that's for
Has
you.
this ever happened before?
We've never
on this
given
show?
flowers to anybody.
Jason,
Have
you
we?
really do love
Wendy.
me.
Oh, to Wendy Williams. We
all
gave
the
Wendy
queens.
flowers.
Okay.
But let me tell you, I started with Wendy, but usually we give like ball gags, anal beads,
Yeah.
all types of.
Shit.
Yeah.
You ain't about
I
to.
love
You from
Those
this.
Brooklyn.
smell
They
nice.
smell so pretty.
They smell
But we started with Wendy because I said, for the people that are like the trailblazers that we love, that I love, and that have that have important parts of
Smell
my
the roses.
history.
Oh, so
It's important to give flowers while people
He
are
loves
with us.
me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not.
Wait, are you talking about this young
I
man?
knew it was
Now Kim came in with the squad, but she was only close to makeup artist and this man over here.
I could have been talking about you. You love me, Jason, or you love me not.
I love you a lot.
I love you too.
I told Wendy, I said, my mother found out I was gay when I was in my room playing hardcore. I was grown. I was grown enough for her to know that I was gay, but I was rapping, because we had never heard nothing like that.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I've told Kim this before, and she's like, "Nigga, you knew you was gay."
Did I say that?
No, you're nice.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, Kim, you know what? You have a reputation for being one of the sweetest people in this industry. Like, whenever your name comes up, the next thing people say is, "Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Oh my gosh, she's so nice."
Yeah.
Like, and you, it's not even an argument. You are a legend in this business. You've seen so much. You've been through so much. Like, how do you maintain, like, just not being a dick? Because because you could have like a real sense of entitlement at this point in your life, with everything that you've accomplished.
That's a huge compliment. Thank you. It's hard though sometimes because some people are not very nice to you. But I mean, most of my fans, they're very respectful. But then you get the ones that don't care if you're in the bathroom, don't care if you're with your daughter, don't care, and then they're aggressive. Like, I want this picture, I want it, And I still try to maintain a sense of, because I understand, like, they'll never probably get this chance again. So I like, okay, sometimes and then I also believe in, because I'm an icon.
Don't do that.
There's no air quotes. There's no air quotes. It's an icon.
No,
you are an icon.
I get a lot of criticism for being honest, and people nowadays with social media throw shit around all day. They're the king of this, the queen of that, they're the icon of this, icon of that. And no, you don't do that because you've earned that.
Yeah.
And you know that.
I mean, well, I guess I do that because some people will want to argue. Go ahead and argue. I guess that's my quote. Go ahead and argue, but.
No, the piggyback off of Melissa was saying, I remember when I was working for Revolt with Puff, y'all had a video shoot. It was you, Puff, King Los, and the way they received you when you came in the room just showed me like, man, this is crazy. Like, first of all, to be in that room was crazy, but to watch how Puff got so excited when he seen you, it was like such a major thing. It's like, wow, this is the queen right here. He's like, the queen is here. I'm like, no, for real, she is here.
He's always been my big brother that's been very protective. and very like he always appreciated me. Like Christmas, I would get all the good gifts from him. I got the chinchillas. Mama Combs was like, "Oh yeah, my son loved you because I didn't get the chinchilla for Christmas. He gave all the girls fur coats, and I got the chinchilla." She was like, "I didn't get the chinchilla."
When you were talking about fans, how they run up on you and don't know, when that PETA person ran up on you, they thought you was Kim from Lodi or from what city?
Yeah,
they forgot you was from Brooklyn.
Yeah, they forgot. They found out quick though.
But you've been rocking furs for years.
Yeah.
I mean, the chinchilla. I don't even think I knew what a chinchilla was until you said
That's
it.
facts. That's facts.
Yeah, I mean, I love fashion. It was a part of fashion. I'm used to this type of stuff though. Every time I go to Marc Jacobs shows, they're always outside of his shows because he still uses fur and all that stuff. But I also wear stuff that I like. If I see a fur coat that's not a real fur coat and it's just cute, I'm gonna wear it. That's just how it is.
So fashion and rap now go hand in hand, in particular because of the trail that you've blazed.
Exactly.
We just recently saw Missy Elliott honored at the VMAs, and watching her and watching just the way that she's been a trailblazer in videos.
Absolutely.
Do you think that you get the credit for that, or do you care?
I don't know if I care anymore. I don't really care. I don't think I get all the credit I deserve, but I don't really care. I don't really. Honestly, I'm just being me. I'm just doing me right now. Like if I wasn't Little Kim, I'd still be walking around flies,
But what would you do if you weren't the Little Kim that we know?
That's a good question.
What would I do? I would probably be an architect.
Really?
I'd probably be an architect, or I would definitely be a fashion designer because I've always wanted to do that. I would probably be a.
What about interior design?
I was gonna say that too. I love that. I love just walking into new homes.
So do you go to Z Gallery on the weekend?
I love Z Gallery.
You know what?
Z Gallery is fly.
I don't have time, but I'm always my favorite channel is HGTV. Okay,
Really?
yes. I watch HGTV a lot.
I had interviewed Kathy Ireland once, the supermodel who was on Sports Illustrated and all that.
And now she's got this massive empire of home goods.
She's become super wealthy off of home interior design, window paint, stuff like that. Is that something that we could see the evolution of?
Yes, very much so. I love that. Like I love fabrics. I love picking out fabrics and just picking out, material. Like it's fun to me, I love decorating.
Little known fact, I actually paid homage to this one right over here with my first magazine cover.
Don't tell me you were squatted down with the pink thing over your put.
It was no, I was wearing a one-piece bathing suit.
Where can we find this?
It's everywhere. It was my very first Black Men's magazine cover. Oh yes,
Yeah, 'cause
no,
you're the first
nationwide.
Yeah, she's the first lady, really,
She's
though.
so sweet. You don't know what that feels like coming from you, but I paid homage to her, and it was the exact same pose, and I was terrified because you had so much. You seemed to have so much confidence, and I didn't have it at the time. I just had to act like I did, and that magazine cover was like it hit. Yeah. So thank you for the inspiration. I really, and I've just loved to watch, the evolution of Kim, and just, I love the photography. One of my favorite things was to see you shoot with David LaChapelle.
Oh yeah.
Are you?
David's special.
Yeah.
Really, really special. David's special. He's always had this weird artistic vision when it came to me, and it was only me. He would be like, we could be in the studio about to shoot, and he'll be like, let's go outside. Let's just go outside. And I'm like, go where? Like, it's 12 o'clock at night. Where are we going? He's like, I know a street that will let me shoot. I'm just going to go. And he took me in the middle of the street, in the middle of the night, 12 o'clock a.m. And he brought this bed frame. And he had his art team set it up in the middle of the street, put this bed on, and he's like, okay, sit in the middle of the bed. I'm like, okay. I have on all white, and my hair's in two pigtails. So I sit in the middle of the bed, and he's looking at me. He's like, tells the art department, he goes, throw red paint in the middle of her crotch. I said, excuse me? What are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, so he's like, lay back, open your legs. I'm like, hey, this is getting invasive right now. Like,
but he's a visionary.
But he's a visionary, and I just trusted him. Like,
Yeah.
I really trusted him.
You were most definitely one of his muses because you were so you're as prolific as he was.
Yes.
And insane, you know? Like you guys were willing to cross lines in the, you know, in the name of artistry.
I was. I really was.
But that's the question I have. Like, who is the visionary's visionary? Because like I've known Latifah for probably 27 years now. I just texted her earlier and said congratulations being Ursula because I never thought you'd be an octopus.
She looked so
wherever,
good, didn't she?
wherever the fuck she was.
Awesome.
But you know, you look at her and how she's just evolved and done so many things, and you guys are friends.
Yep.
Who is the visionary's visionary? Because before it's ever happened, how do you create something that becomes so iconic that just, you know?
I feel like it's always just been something that was inside of me. Like, because I don't have just one visionary person or like
Inspiration. Source of
right?
inspiration.
I don't have just one source. It's a couple of things that are coming to my mind at one time, and those are the things that I remember. Because I know my mom said when I was a baby, I used to go like if I was like crying or whatever, as soon as she put on Mahogany. You know that movie?
Yeah, Diana Ross.
And Lady Sings the Blues. She said I would just, and I was more fascinated, she said, with all of the costumes, and the outfits and the clothes. And I love Diana Ross. You know, it's like, I don't know. I always remember that.
I could see that. I could see her being a real source of your inspiration. And Mahogany still hits to this day.
She's gonna play my mom too. She told me she's
Who,
gonna,
Diana?
when I do a movie in my life, she's gonna play my mom.
Okay, so when you're in the creative, so what is the creative process for you? Because I know you're friends with people like Mark and Donatella and different people who are iconic in fashion. I'm sure you're an inspiration for a lot of them.
Yeah, I tell you, that's how I met all of them. Like, but see, and that's the thing. I feel like fashion and music has always went hand in hand, and that's why Biggie worked, because he came out and was like, "Look, I'm a big nigga, but I'm finna put on these Versace slides
And Coochie
and
sweaters.
this Coochie sweater and these Versace shades, and I'm gonna make all you big niggas look good." And that's what he did. He made every big guy want to go and just put on something as sexy and fly, and it worked.
See now I never got to see Tupac back in my era. Tupac, Biggie, still even today the biggest rappers period ever. But I did get to see Big, and I think if I remember, Cameo Summer Jam. Were you there? I think you were there. Junior
like
yeah, you guys were all there.
I feel like I was.
I never till this day, till right now, have never seen another show like that.
Wow.
Junior Mafia, Biggie, you. It was just that was when I think Kelly Price, Nas, Busta Rhymes, that whole Aaliyah, that whole show was iconic.
Yeah.
Who do you think gives that same energy now?
I just I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. How can I say this?
Big was in a class of his own and can't never
I
be
feel like
replicated.
we all were in a class of our own, and there's you just can't duplicate certain things, but things can be different and alike in their own
and be
way.
okay.
Yeah, it's just it can be different and still alike. You know what I mean? You have to just look at it differently.
But
I don't care what nobody say. There's never gonna be another Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't care. I don't care. Argue with me all day.
50 said Chris Brown is.
No, I love Chris. Chris is my baby.
He's his
He'll tell
own
you.
thing.
That's my baby. I love him. That's my brother. I call him on the phone. He called me on the phone. But
And you pick up.
yeah, when he's not. When he's not.
I'm kidding.
Wait, when he's not having a yard sale, he's having a yard
When
sale.
I'm
Yeah.
not, when I'm focused doing something, when he's not, because Chris goes all too. He's spaced out sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got a lot.
He
going
blocked
on.
us. I know. I love Chris.
You know
still
what I
love him.
always
But-
thought was the. I don't mean to cut you off. No, go ahead.
But let her finish that point.
No, I was just gonna say, as talented as I feel he is, he's not Michael. You know what I mean? Michael's just different, but Chris is different too, and he's dope. Like if I had to pick someone who could be close to that, it would be Chris. Yes.
But that's why I say, like, you can emulate, you can pay homage to. You could even say, I'm almost as good as.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I do feel like there has to be a level of appreciation. I'm not even gonna say respect, because respect is a word we just throw around.
Right.
Appreciation for how we all evolved into this thing we call music. Because you look at Michael Jackson, I don't know who before Michael, but he will say Sammy Davis Jr. or whoever.
James Brown.
I just feel like we're in a different place now where people don't do that as much.
Right. Appreciate what it was that you know, because at the end of the day, you know, what something is just what it is. You know what I mean? You just can't erase it. You cannot say it's different. You're not gonna. I don't care how many times James Brown did the split or whatever. He's not gonna do it like Michael.
Yeah.
Michael's not gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
But then you
it's
saw the
amazing.
BET Awards where Michael came out and put the cape over James Brown. So
Right.
still that
That was
same
amazing.
level of respect from.
Exactly, because it's like this is where I get this from.
And when Biggie walked out on that stage, mind you now, KML Summer Jam, 30,000 people, it's people everywhere, and you have all these big names. But I would say goosebumps, like just electrifying. I can't even really just put it in words because you had to experience it. You had the privilege of experiencing it firsthand for years. But like that's the hip hop that I miss. I'll tell you right now, we got this show on iHeart. We're syndicated in all these urban stations all across the country. And I said there was a little fear coming into it because I'm not a librarian of hip hop. But I love people and I love to explore people. Like we just had Casanova on the show. I don't know all of his music, but we had a great conversation about who he is as a person.
Yeah, he has a great personality.
Yeah, but some of this music now I'm just kind of like, okay, I can't.
No, but speaking about the music, I mean, coming up in Philly, I love the Locks, right? The Locks was everything. They was gritty. They used to be the Warlocks. There's not a lot of MCs, let alone female MCs, that could rap next to the Locks like you did and shine like you did. You know, that really to me was what, when I think of Lil' Kim, is like, not just, oh, she's a great female rapper. It's not a lot of people that can get on the track with the Locks. Chic, Styles, you know.
No, I know.
Jada Kiss.
Excuse me, Quiet Storm.
Exactly.
Play.
That was the one thing, because I was like, I'm not finna come up here and play, because I felt the same way you felt about the Locks. I was like, damn, these niggas is nice. Like, I mean, lyrically, they was talking that street shit that I was talking, and I was just like, because Puffy had that beat for a while. That was supposed to be the Locks record, but Puffy knew what it was. He was like, oh no, I need this for mine, because he could make it. I think he felt like he could make it bigger by putting me on it, putting Biggie on it, whatever. But when I went to do my verse, I was like, oh, I don't care how long this one take. I'm gonna sit in this studio until I'm looked at as if, is that a nigga or a bitch on that track?
That's exactly
I
the
want
feeling.
y'all to have to figure it out. That's how where I was going when I was writing.
But were you ever intimidated? Because to know you privately and to watch you on stage, I'd be like,
Two different people.
This is Beyonce and
Sasha
Fierce. Because privately, she's hot. You know, then you get on that stage,
well,
you
you
fucking
know,
everybody.
I still have to bring the sexy, you know, so I can get that handsome man right there. You know?
Yeah, she gotta. We gonna sneak a video. Wait, so were you ever intimidated though? Because
you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I always knew I was nice, son.
really,
Nice.
Really?
I love
did.
that.
I knew I had something special, and I knew with Biggie like being my coach, I knew that I was gonna be great. When I knew I was real good.
You listen.
I listened to. He used to call me a lieutenant. I don't know if you look on like some of the albums, and if you listen, says lieutenant in some of the songs and stuff. He's talking about me, and he always called me a lieutenant because he said he could tell me something and I would put it into motion perfectly. He was like, whatever he told me to do, I did it perfectly. So he made me the lieutenant.
Well, he made you or you earned it, because it ain't like you
a
just
little of
rolled
both.
up. Yeah,
a little of both, because he already knew that I had what it took to be. You know, when Biggie passed, it could have been any one of us who had to be the one. You know.
But that era, I remember watching that on television and seeing you and Mary and Dana and just people like it was. You know, because you look at you and everybody watches looking at you as just the icon, the figure. Like you're not a real person. I don't know how to explain that.
No, people
How do you
dress.
explain that?
People dress as her for Halloween. The purple.
That is such an homage. That's so.
She got Diana Ross to pat her titty
I
on
know.
television.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I don't think people
I'm
look at you
lucky.
as a person. I do now because I know you, but I look at you. But before I knew you personally, I
That's
look at you
facts.
as you will go down as one of the greatest ever. If
Well,
not
Queens
the
don't
greatest.
go down, honey. We live on.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sips tea.
No, but speaking of living on, Big did pass away. Was it March 9th? And new album's titled 9. Does that correlate in there at all?
Absolutely. So I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in spiritual connections. And one day I was talking kind of to myself, which, we thinking. And some numbers popped in my head. Now, my favorite number is 7. And
That's my birthday, November 7th, tomorrow.
Thank you. It's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Shit.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, I'm like, okay, but 7's my favorite number. And then I heard God say to me, but 9 is your favored number. And I had to think about it because I was really trying to find a name for my album. And so when I thought about it, I was like, Doc, wait a minute. That's not coincidence. I'm like, Biggie passed away on March 9th. My daughter was born June 9th. It was 9 members in Junior Mafia.
Wow.
And it's 2019. What divine number is 9? 9 is like the
Completion.
number. Yes. So.
And so that's your number. Well, that's your other number, your favorite
My
number.
favored number.
Okay, so we just had Remy here where we were talking to her about her parenting from prison. You didn't have a kid when you went
Thank
to prison,
God.
right?
Yeah, no.
Because what I always say, I just met Martha Stewart at Fashion Week, and I said there's only 3 people that I fuck with that have been to prison besides all my family. Kim, Remy, and Martha.
Yeah.
because
So now you met all 3.
no, well,
Now you know all
yeah,
3.
Martha was like, get this picture, get the fuck on. She was,
Yeah, and let me tell you something. I gotta thank God for Martha because she's the reason why I got less time.
Really?
Yes, because the judge was like, let me tell you, because the judge was like, Kimberly, I want to give you 3 years. That's what I want to do.
Damn.
Yeah, like motherfucker. What? He's like, I want to give you 3 years, but I can't. Because I can't explain to the community how I give this little, he said this little black girl.
he said this in court?
Yes. I can't explain how I give this little black girl, okay, all this time for the same exact crime that Martha Stewart committed.
Right. So Martha paved the way.
Yeah. I think he still gave me more time than her, but at least it wasn't 3 years.
But why did you decide not to snitch? Because you were really big on following the code. You're besides your artistry, you're a fucking G. And really, like, for real, half the niggas in the game right now don't live up to the same code.
No, they do not.
We have renamed 6ix9ine Snitch 9 here at Hollywood Unlocked.
It's a different time.
But why is it okay, though?
I mean,
Or
I don't
is it
know if
okay?
It's okay, but that's just something that you can't really get into because everybody got their own little things or whatever. But I'm just that's just generation where I'm from. That's how I was raised, and that's what I was taught. And it's just different. It's a different time.
But now with this time and these people, I don't even know what to call them. You can do a getaway and be even more celebrated. So is it? Because I think earlier I was on the plane coming here thinking, man, I need to start stunting for the gram to get these numbers up. But then I'm thinking, like, is it really all worth it in the end when you when your story is told? Or does it even matter?
They have no idea. This. I mean, look, it's the era of social media. Nothing's real. Just leave it at that. You know what I mean?
How do you deal with social media? Do you like social
Because
media?
when we was doing what we was doing, everything was. We lived what we actually did. Everything was real.
You weren't taking a picture in front of other people's cars and trying to put in places. For real. I mean, it is I mean, I know real celebrity. You're friends with Floyd Mayweather. We're both. He said to tell you hello. Keechi said to tell you hello also.
Tell him I say hello.
I mean.
Yeah, he was my bestie for 10 years. Well, over 10 years.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to strangle him.
We all do.
I know.
It's a mutual feeling. But he's even told.
I love him. Go ahead.
He's even told me of people who's taking pictures of his car and put it out and acted like it was their car. So I mean, I don't know what that is. I can't bring myself to do it. Maybe
It's hard. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's hard. I always have this saying. I had to learn how to be corny. I did.
We're on Instagram?
Yeah.
You're not corny. You were corny yesterday. You were corny yesterday.
What would she do yesterday? I didn't see it.
They was trying to get her baited into this Instagram shit, and she was like, I'm not doing this. She's running around her room. I'm like, why is she not calling me back? She was having fun.
I can't stand you.
But it was good. But it was good to see you. So do you just have fun with social media?
Some stuff is fun. I love it. But I'm just saying, like, the bottom line is there's so many sides to you and, to people. Sometimes I want to be corny.
Well, it's good for people to see your full personality.
Ain't nothing you do that's corny. But
No,
I want to go back to her favorite number because, this is 9. You said, like, it's what year, whatever year it is.
We're in
right
2019.
now. Yeah, exactly. It was big for me when I seen you pieced up everything with little C's. I felt like that was full circle moment right there.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of fans of Junior Mafia really loved that happened.
Yeah. It was a very big part of 9. It was a big part of. It was a very big part of my spiritual awakening. You know what I mean? And that's how, that number is a very big part. And that was definitely not done for the gram. It was really done for the soul. And it was done for the family. And at the end of the day, it's like sometimes, and he's family. You know what I mean? And sometimes when people are willing to admit to their mistakes and just, like, when they're really showing that they're trying, there's no need to hold a grudge, or it's no need to. I'm very stubborn. When someone hurts me or my heart or whatever, it's hard.
One day you texted me and said, "I'm not mad at you anymore." I said, "What? How did you get mad at me? The fuck did I do?"
She forgave you, Jason.
So mad, I did.
Let me explain something to you. There are certain people that I don't give a fuck how mad they are.
Yep,
you know who
that's
they are.
true.
I'm not gonna say no names today because y'all waiting for me to say names, and I ain't gonna say no name. But fuck, you know what I'm saying. Okay, but you I don't.
Okay, wait. What did Jason do?
She never. Well, I'll tell you. She ain't never took me to dinner to tell me what the hell she was mad at.
She forgave
I
you,
was
though.
like, it's okay. We'll talk about it over dinner.
This was like 6 months ago. What did I do?
We'll talk about it over
but
dinner.
Do you still forgive me? Am I forgiven?
Yeah, no, I really did forgive you.
Okay.
Because you know why? The first time we met, we had fun.
We
Do
did.
you
We
remember
did.
that?
Mhm. It was at the Galore party.
Yes, and we had so much fun that night. And I was like, yo, he's really freaking cool. Like, all the stuff I used to hear, I was like, he's not like that. Same, And so we hung out, and then we started talking. You remember that? Like, we started talking. And I was like, oh, he's my friend.
Yeah, Wendy called.
And then, no.
What I do?
I'm dying. When you guys eventually go out to dinner, please call me afterwards and tell me what it is you did to her.
I promise you, I listen to gospel music and watch the Golden Girls, and then I get accused of shit. I'm like, what did I do?
He does watch the Golden Girls.
Okay, so I promise you. Okay, how about this? After this first meeting that we have, I'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay, promise.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you about the movie Notorious B.I.G. So your story played a huge role in that. Did you have a lot of interaction with the executive producers and just the script writing, et cetera, et cetera? Did they involve you in that process, or did you watch it like, okay, wow, I didn't know that happened, and I didn't know that happened, I didn't know that happened? Like, how involved were you in that?
Well,
People always want to know that.
I'm going to touch on this briefly because I think everybody already knows my answer to this, but I hated everything about that movie. I hated it, wasn't involved in it. I actually had to get my lawyers involved, in which I ended up getting a check from it. And that was the only reason why, just whatever. But it was greenlit. It was shot without my permission. Everybody knows this already.
But how do you greenlight something that represents somebody that's alive?
Yeah, somebody's likelihood.
How do you even pick someone? Because I'm sorry, I wasn't.
Natari.
I was not okay with that.
No, everybody wasn't okay with that.
No, but some people were like, "Why?" I'm like,
she's a great actress, but there's no likeness. There's no. No. She would no.
But again, if the person is iconic and to the culture and important to us, and it's still here, you can pick up the phone and call them. And if they say no, it's no.
Yeah, I would have never picked her ever. She has nothing in common with me. Nothing. Like, we have nothing in common. No, seriously. Yeah. I've said it already, so I'm not gonna sit here and like act like I didn't say these things or whatever. But I've said it. She has nothing in common with me, and I don't like the way she's been disrespectful about it, because I wasn't even like basically blaming her, but she did like a whole documentary coming at me, and I'm like, what the heck is this? I said, like, okay, boo, you don't want this smoke, because at the end of the day, like, I really could go there, but I've been letting her, because her thing is she wanted me to just be okay with it. But if I'm not okay with you playing me in the role, either you're gonna do it, because I can't tell you not to take a role and get your money, right? But don't say, oh, I love her and this, that, and the third, when you were like, well, I don't care what she think, I'm gonna still do this movie. So basically, you're doing it without my stamp of approval, so you're doing it for a check, or you're doing it to come up. That's fine, but don't make it seem like I'm hating on you because I want you to do it. I don't listen. At the end of the day, all of that talk she did on the documentary, I felt it was very disrespectful.
Listen, I saw your Breakfast Club interview, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't watch many things with popcorn, but that motherfucker, if you're ever looking for something, you ain't doing nothing, just pop it, pull it up. You must have went there frustrated, saying, I'm not tolerating shit, because you really don't. I feel like the flowers are not even enough to really give you what you deserve for me. And I just because
it
of
should
what
be
you
a
mean-
check. I'd rather a check.
But
You
know,
can keep the flowers. I take the check. No, I was just joking. But these
Floyd,
are
we
beautiful.
need a check. No, but seriously, but you know, and I just feel like it's just too easy nowadays for people to be slick with the mouth or just not even with the mouth, behind the scenes shit too.
And the thing is like boo-boos. I'm gonna tell you another reason why she was so upset, because for me, Tiana would have done
Taylor.
Yes, and she did a great job when she actually came out and paid homage and did the tribute to me, and everyone was like, Tiana did the best.
That was
Little
that,
Kim.
was that the hip hop? No, that was
the hip hop honors.
Yeah,
that was
and
amazing.
everybody was like, Tiana did the best. And I think she didn't like that she was forgotten about it. But for me, that was that she's closer to me. She's from New York. She has the accent. She has the, you know what I mean?
And she actually will invest in getting it right.
Yes. And it was like, that's my sister. That's my sister. You know, I could really be disrespectful. Like, you know, don't act like
But that was my point of saying that if you go watch the Breakfast Club interview, because you're not one to go on social media and air out what you feel. You're not one to defend yourself when you have the right to do so.
That is very true. I've been quiet for a long
But
time.
why?
Yeah,
about
you
it.
have.
Why?
Because sometimes no matter what you say, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't matter to people. They still gonna think how they want to think. You know what I mean? So sometimes I be like, all right, whatever.
And a little bit, and you're kind of above it. You know what I'm saying? Like your legacy and your iconic status deserves the respect where you don't even have to answer to certain things.
No, but
And that's just my
Some
opinion.
shit though, I be wanting to be like, listen.
I know you as the person wants to check people and be like, yo, let me fucking tell you something. But
She don't have to respond, but she can sound off and check a bitch. Because I feel like, again, I get a lot of criticism for sticking up for Cardi, but I'm not gonna watch her go through now what I see other people have gone through. I don't know where other people was at. I know where I'm at, you know, and I'm gonna speak up and say my thing, because I know behind the scenes how much she has affection for you, how she has affection for different, you know, women in hip hop. And I just feel like I remember Ladies Night.
Yeah.
Dana, Angie Martinez, who was just in a car accident. You know, I remember that song and how iconic that song was. Like you can't have watched that, you know, right?
No, yeah, and piggybacking off of that, what was it like working with Young Miami for the joint you have on your?
Oh, that's my
You
girl. I
OT
love
Genesis.
her. I love her. Like she is just, to me, like she reminds me of me in so many ways, and she's just real. She's just real. So I talked about us working together. It was done. It wasn't no, okay, well, that's cool. It was like, when?
No
What you want? When?
Hollywoodness.
Yeah, nothing. None of that. Just felt like I was with one of my homegirls from
Yeah,
the
but
hood.
a verse from you or a collaboration validates her too. You know that. No, I'm no shade.
Yeah, just like no, but
I don't know. I'm just talking to Lil'
but it
Kim.
also
But the
helps
energy
me
between
too, because I'm from a different, you know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, right. Well, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, it's good for both of us. How about that?
When you came out at Saweetie's, let me first tell you that I went to everything I could at Fashion Week except for Marc Jacobs because it was a smaller show this year. I went last year. But I will tell you, I went to all the shows that I went to. That show that you performed at with Pretty Little Thing and Saweetie was the best, most energetic experience, and had the dopest people front row.
Yeah, that was a great show, and I loved us all together. I was like, we should take this on the road.
No, well, Ashanti didn't. She didn't.
No, leave my boo alone. No, I'm not gonna let you.
Ashanti did not need to follow you. There's no way. There's no way. Are you crazy? You know, I told the owner.
Jason,
You know, I told the owner.
I'm
Pretty
getting
Little
my
Thing.
belt on you.
You know, I told the owner. Pretty Little Thing. Don't you ever bring Lil' Kim out and have anybody follow her. Period. That's me. I'm sorry. That's just me.
I'm gonna beat him.
Yeah.
You can't. That's my boo.
Oh, but
Be
she's-
nice.
Okay. Only because you told me to be.
Nah, that's my
hilarious.
boo. I felt like we all was so good.
That was
It's
amazing.
Like, it was good. It was
good.
fun and it was sexy. That was like.
I had to remember to watch the clothes because you was performing. You know, you got moves that keep the internet talking too.
Yeah.
You got your.
You got your own
I already
dance.
know. I was about to say.
Got your
I know where
own
he's going.
dance.
No. I'm serious. Listen. I'm a fan, so I don't get to. Everybody we interview, I'm not a fan of. I do my job and I talk to people, but I'm a fan of yours. So to watch.
I love you.
Well, thank you. You still got to tell me why you.
Oh,
She
we
forgave
going.
you,
We going to
Jason.
dinner.
Okay. So who do you like now?
Well, I listen to everybody.
You do?
Seriously.
She
I
got
listen
Rich the
to-
Kid on her album.
Yes, that's my babe. I love him. I listen to everybody. Of course, you know I love Cardi. That's my boo. But I listen to Meg Thee Stallion. I listen to the Baby. Like I'm everybody. Like I love music. Period.
Well, Cash Doll was recently here, and I thought was amazing in explaining how she got it all fucked up with you.
That was some real
And how
shit. That's my bitch right
but how
there.
you stepped to her like a real woman and said,
Yeah.
"Let's have a conversation." She said she felt so crazy and felt so bad that where did that come from? Because just stepping right to it and just like, let's deal with it.
Yeah, because she was a woman about it, and so I was like, it's like you can't. For me, I'm not a fake bitch. That's just never gonna be me. I don't care about for Instagram and none of that shit. That's just never gonna be me. I'm not doing it. So if I feel some type of way, I'm gonna say something. But what I liked is that she was so receiving
Humble.
and respectful and humble. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? To me, that's not saying she not no sucker for that. She's a real bitch for that. Like
Yeah.
that's real. Everything was between us two. It was woman meets woman, and that's how it's supposed to be. And when somebody can say, "Yo, I did some bullshit," or that made me say to myself, "She's worth having a relationship with and doing something with." Because I like her music too.
Well,
I
and
like
the way
her.
the way you stepped to her made her go back and look at herself. She said it right here.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things about Cash Doll in her interview when she talked about you was her sense of accountability. And a lot of people think that like, knocks you down a couple of notches, like you said, but it actually makes you a better version
It
of
makes you a better
person.
I don't listen. When women do women shit, that's fucking boss queen shit. She get a crown. If I see her, I might just put a crown on her head when I see her again next time.
Okay. Well, when I saw, I did go back and watch. I forgot we had Lorianne Gibson here. She told me to go back and watch the Diddy documentary. What was that?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
went, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I went and watched it.
Yeah.
There was, I love Little Kim. Faith Evans is my favorite singer. There was a moment where y'all were walking towards each other. I said, "Okay, Kim from Brooklyn, she got a razor, something." But you guys handled it like real women.
Yeah, I mean, respect
Is that just growth, or is that
it's
just
definitely growth, but it's respect. Because at one point, you got to look and be like, damn, this nigga love this bitch. And I'm pretty sure that's what she was saying too about me, or like this nigga, in that form. And we have to respect that because we family. You know what I mean? If we weren't in the same family, and because there was a lot of other women around too, but we didn't have to bring them in and embrace them because it wasn't real. You know what I mean? But her and I, it was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we both knew, It was real.
Where did they dig Charlie Baltimore up on this new show that she's on? Growing Up.
Don't do that to Charlie.
Don't talk.
Next question. I'm Team Kim. I'm fuck it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Next question.
Leave her out of it.
Okay. So
I got a belt for him after this. Don't worry.
oh, she gonna punch me on the way
I'm
out
gonna beat his
if her boyfriend don't get me first. Okay, look. Wait, is that your boyfriend?
That's my hubby. No,
Wait, husband?
That's my baby.
I've been looking at the ring on this finger.
He got an expensive ass watch on to some. Oh, the Louis.
No.
Yeah, he got money.
It's
Y'all got money. Y'all look like money.
It's a promise. It's a promise.
Y'all look like money. Y'all actually, I was watching you through the window. You were being very like girlish and coy. Where is it? How he got this thug in here acting all nice and shit? I need to be interviewing him.
Yeah.
You gotta get some good knowledge. You interview that man right there.
You know one thing I really enjoyed watching because I choose the reality TV that I watch, but I do really enjoy Dancing with the Stars, and I thought you were totally gypped.
Thank you.
Like most of the audience did.
Give me my daggone ball.
I was so pissed when they voted you off. I was like, there's politics. This is bullshit. I'm not watching this show anymore because you were voted off, and you were not just a fan favorite. You were killing it. You and Derek.
Oh my gosh. I would do if they had like a
All-star kind of thing. They should have you back.
Go
Oh
back?
my god, I would totally do it.
It was fun?
It was fun. It's a lot of work.
It looks stressful though.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but you get paid to work. So
I was just thinking, like, if they asked me to be on Dancing with the Stars, would I?
Because your ass is too fat.
they
Really?
love that.
Really?
Bruno said, what's his name? Lynn. He said I had the bionic booty.
Yo,
Yeah.
Melissa could bring down. I think you could bring down the world with that ass. Because every man,
Bring
every
down
woman
the
that
world.
comes in here
Oh
goes.
my God.
Oh.
But you want to know what they
And
probably
they were like that when she was first. Like they would go crazy.
Crazy, huh?
But you know what they'd
Yes.
probably try and get me to do?
What?
They'd probably be like, okay, well, let's have like some kind of like, hip hop twerking kind of dance. And I would fail miserably, okay? This is just an ornament on my back. I can't do anything with it. I could throw it back a little bit, but twerking, I need a lesson. I don't know. Meg the Sound, somebody
She's
come and
bomb.
help me.
The other reality show was Girls Trip on VH1,
Yeah.
which I was
Yes.
surprised they were
Yeah.
able to get you on a reality show because I
I
know
know.
that I'm on Love and Hip Hop and everybody's been trying to get you Love and Hip Hop and the word is very
Everybody.
clear.
No.
Fuck no.
No.
I'm like, right?
Yeah,
Now-
it's so true.
Because I do think that when you did Girls Trip, I was a little offended I wasn't invited. I know B Simone. No, I figured it out though. I know B Simone. Girls Cruise. When I say Girls Trip, Tiffany
Girl-
had us. Me and her have to talk later.
Oh,
Girls
yeah.
Cruise. Sorry.
Can you
Thank
imagine?
you. No, wait.
Jason
No,
on
I
the
wanted to
show?
go. I wanted to go on the boat, but because I know B Simone and V from Wild 'N Out. I know Kim. I know Shar, but I realized one, I don't have abs to go to the wherever y'all went, wherever y'all
Barbados
went.
and Trinidad.
I didn't have the abs,
But she was also an executive producer. Let's
Yes.
give her
which means
yeah.
that she intentionally didn't hire me. But it was a fun. Y'all were mean to poor Maya. They were mean to Maya.
No, see, and that's what we hated. See, what you don't know
The
is
editing.
now that's editing. Now, let me tell you something. I had been involved in the editing, but I had a show in Bermuda, and I had to be in Bermuda for 4 days. And it just so happened.
Slid that shit in there.
Yes, but it wasn't even like that. Like the whole time, I was quiet. The only reason why I got upset is because she, and that's my sis, because we all talked about this, but, she wouldn't admit the real of what she did, and she tried to throw me in it. Like, Kim knew the plan, but you guys don't never hear her say that. You don't hear her say, Kim knew the plan. Kim knew I was gonna do. I was like, wait a minute, what? First of all, I'm eating. I eat my son like, what? Kim knew the plan. What are you talking about?
Right.
Because the whole time I was quiet. But that it's TV show is what,
yeah,
an hour?
Yeah.
It's an hour.
Yeah.
Like, you can't cram 18 hours of film into an hour. So you got to do it your way. And that one day, me and my best friend Tiffany, we were so upset because we know what actually happened. And I'm like, if they would have heard Maya say that, then they would not have. They would have understand why I reacted, because I'm like, reality TV is reality TV, but that's still your life.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
really believe
Yeah.
that this is what. And I'm like, we didn't even care. We weren't even upset about it. She was the one that was very serious about it, because some people, when they make mistakes, they freeze up and they don't know how to laugh at themselves. Maya's one of those people, and I love her. But what we do as her sisters is we try to get her to loosen up and laugh at herself a lot more.
I was surprised she was even on the show. She is one of the most introverted, like.
Listen, I was at
But
Mark.
she
I
has
was at
fun.
Mark.
She's.
Yeah,
I
she's fun.
love Maya.
I was-
We've done a movie
But
together.
I was watching it,
like,
hoping Chili would finally open up. I was just like, every episode, I'm like, will Chili take the drink?
If you,
It's
see-
like,
if you want,
will she go down the slide? I was
if you want to see Chili open up, you got to get her back on a show with Floyd. But look, what I was gonna say was at Mark Jacobs, not wedding, but the what's it called? Not the repasses when you die. What's it called after the wedding? You go to
The
a party?
reception.
The reception.
The repack.
Christ.
You were there with Tiffany, no, but Maya was there too, and I don't think I've ever heard her speak.
She's quiet.
She is. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, even when that happened, we were like, it's okay if you forgot her name. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
We were laughing.
Yeah.
She wasn't. So we
Yeah.
were like, oh, wait a minute. What's wrong? Why isn't she laughing at this?
I know one of
and
those.
you don't really see it like that on TV.
They dragged it.
They
They dragged it.
dragged
I
it.
was watching
it.
it
The
like-
one time I wasn't there, they dragged it. And I'm like, what are we doing here? I mean, a lot of people got chewed.
No, I because they were dragging. During one of the commercials, I hit Char. I'm like, what is going on with this? What did y'all do to this girl? But no, it was good to see, because I know your fans. Anytime we post you, go crazy.
Yeah, they
like
do.
they want more of
Yeah.
you, and so it was great that you did that show. I know you got mad at when you and Wendy fell out, right? Where are you guys at?
I wouldn't say we fell out.
Well, Andy Cohen almost fucked it up for me to get an interview.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I thought he was my boy, and I'm like, Andy, like, my thing is this: he wanted me on a show to be messy. I'm not a messy person.
Yeah.
and I'm promoting my album. Why am I going to go on his show and talk about somebody else? That's supposed to be quote unquote somebody I don't get along with or anything. Like, what am I going to do that for? For what?
Right.
It's about me. I'm that bitch. You know?
I heard that
So I don't know.
shit.
I don't.
Wait, then you went and that's where you went off on Instagram and said, I am canceling everything. And you had us all sending text
Oh yeah,
messages.
I canceled everything.
You did.
But see, I canceled Wendy because she went on her show one day and she said, "Oh, Kim's coming in, this, that, and the third." And then she was like, "Listen to this, guys." She was like, she told her publicist that I can ask her anything that I want. I'm like, Wendy, that's a bold-faced damn lie. Why would I tell you? You can ask me anything you want. I would never tell you that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, who told her this? Or did she make this up? I don't know. But I would never say that. There are some things that we're not going to talk about because the idea of me being on your show is to get into Kim, not them. I don't care who they are. I don't care what's going on in somebody else's life. I'm not going to be messy. That's not what I do.
Well, it's not who you are.
Yeah.
So you guys are good now. So next weekend when
I thought we were always good.
Okay.
And then when she did that, I'm like, Wendy, what? Why you got to go and mess it up?
Well, I told her I'm coming to New York next week. Maybe Friday if you're around. We can go to dinner. Tal, you can tell me what I did wrong. You guys can have a love fest. I'll tell her I told her, I said, I'm interviewing Kim today. Too bad you didn't get a chance to do it. I love Wendy. I love her.
I just knew that me and you have this love connection.
She been in LA for 4 days. I've barely seen her right now.
But she
That's
forgave
love.
you, Jason.
And B Simone coming.
My boy,
B Simone coming town. B Simone coming town. She gonna get Lil Kim any day, night, whatever. Everybody loves B Simone. Isn't
That's
she
my
amazing?
bae. Oh my
She's
gosh, she's so
hilarious.
funny.
She's a nice person.
She's a really nice person. She's so freaking funny. Let me tell you what she did. Like, so we were wrapping the show. I think we were doing a photo shoot for the show and a video promo, whatever. And we were in Miami. And, you know, I'd say, I'm taking everybody out to dinner, you know, and I'm so used to doing that. I always take care of my family. So it's time to pay the bill. And I'm getting out my credit card, whatever I do. And then he comes up and says, "Oh, everything's paid for." I'm like,
Who else in here got this kind of fucking money?
And it was like 20 of us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I'm like, okay, who could?
Who paid the bill?
Yeah. And so I'm like, who? And Simone goes,
Oh.
I said, I
That's
love
what that
her.
wilding out
That's
money
my
looks
thing.
like?
Okay.
No, but no, she's touring. The girl's
Yeah.
working. I call her and I say,
Is she single?
"You're making me."
Jesus
no, but
Christ.
she trying to fuck the baby. She ain't worried about you.
Yeah, she's in love
She
with him.
she slept in. She
She's focused.
FaceTimed me in the bed with a cardboard cutout
Yeah,
of the man.
yeah.
That's
That's
so
social
funny.
media comedy.
No, she's sick
In real
on a
life.
different level,
She's
but I love her.
Yeah, she's focused.
But she's working, and
But
I
it
love
was funny though, because I said, "So when you disappeared, what was you doing back there?" She said, "I was giving the owner some head."
That's funny.
And like you,
I like
and
her.
like
She
said I had to
And
pay
you telling
for
me
it
she's not?
somehow.
She is
no,
single,
no,
right?
and like you, she wasn't doing that.
No,
she
she,
wasn't.
of course not.
I've been
It was a joke,
I've been
but it
trying
was
to give
so
this
funny.
I've been trying to give this one away for 3 years.
I swear, Kim, he tries to broker my vagina. Every time there was a male guest sitting right here, it's just like,
loves
so, Melissa's single. So, Melissa
I tried to hook her up with Dave East, and she said no. And then he broke up with his girl the next day. And it's like, see, you had the advantage.
you needed a crystal ball at that point to let me know that was going to happen.
Dave East is fine as hell.
He's going to be here next week
Who? Where?
in town.
How you know?
Huh?
See, you fucking around. Anyway, back to
Ooh,
Kim.
wait a minute, T. Hold on now.
So
Here next week.
Davies is
So
going to be
if-
in town.
so if you-
Meow. Huh? What? Wait, no.
so if you and your husband who's here now, if y'all aren't officially married, how do we get credentials to the actual wedding? He looking at me like, shut the
I'm
hell
gonna
up.
slap this thing. He said-
We're
But
in.
it's good to see you like you're like I don't know.
I'm
like,
very happy.
She's
you're
happy.
It's a
I'm
glow.
very happy.
Radiating
It's
off of her.
everything, you know. Not just my relationship. This is a promise. We have a promise. We don't know when the wedding or if we're, you know, we're just living right now. We're happy, and he makes me happy, and he's so fucking handsome.
But how does one step to Lil
Fine.
Kim? Like he has to come with like a lot of confidence.
Look at him.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Swaggy. He's
How do you
swaggy.
step to Lil Kim?
Did he
Only
slide
a
in your
man
DMs?
can do that, honey. Only a real confident man that know what he want and know what he's doing can do that. And
So do people just is there anybody that just calls you Kimberly? Like No, because I mean, like, I don't. Call her
Yeah,
Kimberly.
everybody. A lot of people call me Kimberly. My mom has always called me Kim B since I was a baby. Like Kim B, come here. Hey, Kim B. Like it was always Kim B. So it's funny that I'm the Queen Bee because she's always called me Kim B. So some people call me Kimberly, some people call me Denise.
I'm gonna ask you something sad. Just putting it up there.
Damn.
Okay. Because it was sad for me. The mother, Quincy's mother.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kim Porter.
Kim.
How did that affect you? Because she's one of the nicest, sweetest, caring
Yeah.
Oh my God.
people. You guys are very similar, but just
Yeah.
nicest people. How did that affect you?
I was stuck. And I was on the phone with Misa, and she was like, Kim, Christian's on the plane, and he's not no. And I was like, oh my God. We all are on like these, we all on the phone. I was on the phone with Misa all day, like from the moment it happened. And we're all just like waiting. We didn't want to like hang out with each other because we knew Christian was in the air and he didn't know. And he's definitely, you think looks just like Diddy? Yeah, but
He was a mama's boy.
He's a mama's boy.
No,
Like
for
that
sure.
was Kim's baby. That was his baby. His mother was his baby, basically. You know, so it's like,
But what I was amazed at through that whole experience. Well, one, I love how you all pulled together.
Yeah.
Because I remember
I jumped on the plane. I had a show and everything.
I remember you were here. Everybody was at the
Yeah.
house. You guys came together as a family. One, made sure the girls were good. Made sure the boys were good.
Yeah.
Who was making sure Puffy was good? Because it was really, Puffy's always looked like this pillar of strength for whether it's the brand or
Facts.
Andre Harrell or this or that or you guys. But like he looked like he was really going through it.
Yeah. I was there, and I could tell you this. The way you do that is be there for him. And you have to let him go through whatever he's going to go through, but let him know it doesn't affect you, it doesn't phase you, that you're still going to be there. Because Puffy, he deals with things in his way. But he is a loving family person, though. When he sees us, it does something for him. So I felt like being there was the best thing, we could all do. But, yeah, of course, you could tell he's hurting. He's hurting. Even now, still, you can tell.
Yeah.
But he's just, he does so much for us in so many ways that all I could do is just bawl. Like, I was just bawling the whole time for him, too. I always checked up on him, always. And he was responsive, believe it or not. He wasn't not responsive. He was very responsive. And that's how you can tell that he wanted to make sure his family was there and connection.
So who's there for you when you need somebody?
My friends, my family. I mean, when I just recently lost my dad. And
Sorry about that.
Halloween, I buried this Halloween.
This
Eve.
past
Wait.
Halloween,
Yes.
like last
Yes.
week?
You did post. You did the post. We put it on Hollywood Unlocked,
Yes.
where I think you were with Trina.
Yeah, because Trina
Yeah.
just lost her
She lost her
mom.
Right.
Yeah.
We
So
had Trina here.
Yeah.
Right before
Yeah.
she lost her mom.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the day that Trina, that picture, that day, which was a week and a half. Well, that was
That was just the other day. That was like a week ago.
Yeah, it was a week ago. Yeah, a week and something, whatever. That was the day my dad passed away. And I was on the plane. We were all on the plane, me, my baby, and family.
To Miami for a rap
To
caviar.
Miami, and it happened while I was on the plane. So my family's trying to reach me, no one can reach me. So my godmom was the first person to reach me once we land, and she didn't even tell me because she couldn't. She said, "Call your mom." And I don't know, it was something in that voice. I was like, "Oh God."
Did
what
you
is
feel?
going
You
on?
felt it?
I felt something. I don't know, but I felt it was very, very, very deep. And my baby was with me, and so it told me when I was in the car, and I had to do a show that same night. So it's like, how do I do? Like, what do I do? What do I say? And then one of the first people I ran into was Trina. First people I saw. And it was like her and I, we had an estranged relationship. And I feel like God had our parents bring us
Like yeah.
together and heal our friendship, maybe because he felt like we needed each other, or we need each other, because it's nothing like losing a parent
Yeah.
except for losing a child,
Yeah.
And so I had to deal with that. And my baby was there the whole time. He never left my side, and he got me this necklace. This is my dad.
Baby got money.
You and your dad had a very tumultuous relationship when you were.
really nice.
No, yeah, it's
me see.
beautiful.
Let me see.
But it's like,
Oh, that's really nice. You and your dad had like a tumultuous relationship when you guys were growing up. Like, how was it as you know, how did it change as you became an adult and up until his, passing?
yeah, because I was a daddy's girl. Mm-hmm. And so, when you turn 14.
Oh, girl, I know.
Wow. Daddy's girl. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a daddy's girl, right? Just not yours.
And I feel like kids that grow up in New York are different than the kids that grow up in New York.
Yeah, they are.
Like, it's like
Yeah.
you hit them real streets.
Bruh.
Like, it's
Yes.
rough.
You in them streets. You outside for real in them streets.
Right.
So, yeah. And then, I went through that moment where I just was rebellious to my dad. And then we didn't speak for a long time as I became more famous and more famous and more famous. And then, maybe I want to say like maybe 7 years ago, he became sick, but he wasn't like too sick where he couldn't move around or anything like that. But, him and his wife was estranged. She tried to poison him.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so he got sick from that, and then he ended up having to live with me. And then when he was living with me, I had to like take care of him for 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow.
But then he became really, really sick. And then the 5th year that I couldn't take care of him anymore because I had gotten pregnant. And it's very hard to take care of a baby and a elderly person who needs health care.
And constant like support.
I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it. It was like I got this big belly, and I'm trying to like I gotta get my dad medicine. I was doing all this stuff, and then I got my family, my brother, my father, and my nephew. All the boys ended up living together in the house, and so my father was there for years, and then So.
Well, you recently just won an award at the BET Hip Hop Awards, right? And
Yeah.
you dedicated
I am hip hop.
you dedicated that to your daughter, and you gave a really good homage to your daughter. How did she change your life?
I'm obsessed with her, and I think to a fault sometimes. Like I won't even send her to school because these schools are too dangerous. So she's homeschooled, and my mom thinks like, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to break. Let her go to school. But I'm like, Mom, I'm on the road constantly. You know what I mean? I want to make sure my baby's good at all times, and
People know who she is.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't really trust these schools with all this stuff happening in the schools. Why should I? But I'm so obsessed with her that way.
Did you raise her with the support of a nanny though?
Yes, she had.
Cardi refuses to get a nanny.
Yeah, but see, I did everything, and when I say nanny, I didn't have a full-time nanny. I only had a nanny that I can call when I had to breathe
stuff.
out. Yeah, but for the most
But
part,
why not
I
have
was
a nanny? Like y'all, I
No, because do you see these nannies these days with these babies? I can't.
On them cameras?
Fuck around and catch a case.
Yeah. Are you kidding
Fuck
me?
around and catch a case.
For real, that's a fact. Somebody's dying.
Hilarious.
Okay, so you're dating a good-looking guy. He's walking down the street. These hoes out here, they all trying to come up. Somebody try to holler at him. You're not catching no cases. We can't.
No, we got this.
Y'all good?
We got this.
Okay, so last thing one of the last things. Please don't kill me. Ladies' Night Anthem. It was only happened one time. Mm-hmm. Do you think we could ever have another?
Oh God, here we go.
No, I'm not gonna go. I ain't gonna
Can
go
you be
too
like
far.
the DJ
No,
Khaled,
listen.
the
new one?
No, let me tell you why I had to ask the question.
Produce
I
it.
just had Cash Doll. We had Saweetie. We've had
Remy.
Remy.
And I come from
Trina.
I come from what was Brandy's I Want to Be Down. Yo Light, Dana, Ladies Night. I come from I want to hear real good music. Do you think that's possible anymore to have another experience like that?
I think anything's possible.
You should executive produce that. You should executive produce that. Let me get 10% of the publishing. I can handle the marketing.
No, my baby get all that percentage. He got all that. He got all that already mapped out. He's the manager.
Oh, okay, because you were E1 now, right?
Yeah, I have it. I have a
Okay,
situation.
so is that like an independent situation?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go on record to say that if there is another Ladies Night Anthem and you're not a part of it, I'm not listening. No, I'm serious. And I've been very vocal here that Hot Girl Summer was a missed opportunity in terms of the remix. Lil' Kim, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Remy. And maybe the City Girls on the side. And throw Trina in there maybe. I don't know. I just want to, I need one of you to just say, I'm an executive, I'm a boss, I do this shit for real. Y'all Instagrammers, hold on, put it together. Let us all enjoy it for years to come. and then just give me 10%.
The women empowerment movement needs it. There needs to be an anthem.
Anything can happen.
Like, look,
anything
they
can
can do it.
happen. I'm with it. I'm with whatever. For
Our
my
version of We Are
girls,
the World.
And and then JT just came home,
Yeah, I
so
know.
the City Girls is officially, it'd be a movie.
It would be a movie.
Shout out to JT.
So you'll put that together and let us know. We appreciate you coming up here. I wish we could have got you right when 9 dropped, but we know Andy fucked that up.
Yeah.
And
Blame him and Wendy.
and next week when I'm in New York, I'll text you. You probably won't text me back, but Wendy, we could all go to Tao or something. We could do Soulji. Come on, I'll call somebody. I like how she laughs through my questions. All right, last question. Just
Deflection.
what's the biggest misperception do you think? You're not a hater.
Never. I
You're
don't have
not-
a jealous bone in my
I was
body.
about to say you're not jealous.
No.
You're not mean. You're very nice. You're very private.
Yeah.
The people that do get to know you.
But
know,
I have recently been letting people in because I think sometimes when people don't know you, you need to kind of help them get to know you in life a little bit. So this is a little
maybe
bit.
do another reality show. You and your boo, booed up, doing your little independent thing and
Stop it.
out here killing it on boats and stuff. I mean, the way you're looking at him, we should just all leave. Fuck it. Let's just end the show. Should we just end the show? Fuck it.
They have the googly eyes, the heart eye emoji going on right now. That is very much what's
That's
happening.
what's up.
And
Yeah.
and then there's so many things. The hip hop honors with you, Missy, like Queen, like that was just such the perfect year, wasn't it?
That was awesome.
So mad I
That
didn't
was
go.
so dope.
Yeah.
You were supposed to come?
I'll be trying to go, but people be playing with me.
Oh,
People be playing with me. We're gonna end the conversation. But you can come back here anytime you want.
Oh, I am, because we have lots to talk about.
Yeah, I
right?
still
We're
have to
going
know why
dinner.
you were mad at me. Wendy, I'll find out why I already know why she's mad at you.
Right.
All right, well, we love you here.
Yes.
I love you.
And we
too.
appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you for coming, lovely.
All right, we out of here now.
All right.
Peace.
Bye,
Peace.
everybody.
I don't get to take my flowers.
Yes, you can keep
right?
your flowers.